Sounds good. Okay.
Thank you.
So let's go back. So the first step again is asking ChatGPT to write a prompt for us to help us with Clay for the specific role that I am targeting and in the specific location that I'm living in and with my constraints. Like for Mujib, he's an international student, so he needs sponsorship. I'll need ChatGPT to write me the prompt. Then I'll copy the prompt and go to Clay, and then let's go back to do this from the beginning. Find leads, companies. I'll paste the prompt here, and then I'll press go, and then I'll just verify those fields. It's still working, so I'll verify those fields. So I'll remove medical devices based on Mujib's feedback, and then I'll just put the location, United States, so that it becomes more focused. And then I'll just say go, continue, save to new workbook table, and then eventually I'll get some enrichment. I don't want you to press anything here because it will eat your credit. I'll just say create table. But if you're a new user, you have to press few things. So just make it for the first 10 only so that you don't eat all your credits. Okay, now I don't need this. I'll just stop auto run, but it doesn't eat my credits. Right now, I have 120 out of 100 every month. So I don't want to eat those credits, in things that I don't need. Okay. So this is my list for companies. You can all do this yourself. And then the next step is I'll ask ChatGPT to provide me with how can I find the hiring managers in those companies and their email addresses. So I ask ChatGPT to create the prompt. I'll copy the prompt and then I'll go to Clay. And then what I will do, I'll go here at the end and I'll press on add column here and use AI. Okay. And then you will just paste your prompt here and then press generate. And you will wait for a second until it finishes its work. Okay, so this is the prompt that Clay put as an instructions. You can read it yourself. So technical recruiter, talent acquisition, and NetSuite manager, NetSuite practice director. So what I will do, this is, you have to be clear about the token. So this one is going to cost you 3 tokens per row. So whenever you click this one, this is going to eat 3 tokens per row. So what I'll do here, I'll save and don't run. Okay, save and don't run. Okay. So it will start creating some columns here. And what I will do, I'll just show you an example for one specific company. Mujib, since this is yours, select
Yeah.
one company from that list to find the hiring manager.
Okay, I will
Again,
go with the sixth one, Bridgepoint Consulting.
Bridgepoint Consulting. Okay, so what I'll do here, I'll go in this column, and you see this play run cell. I'll just
Okay.
press run cell for only this cell. Again, I don't want to run it for the whole table because it will eat all my tokens. I'll just run it for this one row only. Okay, and then I'll wait for it to finish, and then eventually you'll see the magic happens. So let's give it some time. Any questions until this run? Anyone? This clear so far? Yeah.
I have a question that is this data like current data or up to date data or how
Yes.
it's taking the?
Real time. Real time. It's
Okay.
connected to real platforms like LinkedIn. It's connected to Apollo. There is so many Okay, let's do this until what platforms does Play extract its info from? So it's connected to LinkedIn, Crunchbase, Apollo, People Data Labs, Clearbit,
Okay.
Zoom Info, company websites, public web pages, job boards. So again,
Oh,
it's a huge, huge
got it.
database. Yeah. So, this is definitely, will beat any work that you do without using this tool. Okay. So it
Yeah.
goes to LinkedIn Jobs, Indeed, Lever, Ashby. Again, tons of big companies. Okay, so it's taking some time, but it's gonna work eventually. So what we're trying to do here is, first of all, find the hiring manager and get to see their LinkedIn and get to see their email as well, if we can. Again, some people may have their emails, some people may not. It depends on how that person is using the social media or putting their contacts out there. Okay. Any other questions? Meanwhile, until this is working. Neil, have you seen this before? Okay. This is huge, and even in sales, so many people are using it. Said, I see you have your hand raised. Question? Go ahead.
So when we select this one company and we are trying to do the sell operation, so I don't see credit is being consumed. Does it consume credit when you just select one company and do the uh, find
So,
for that company, the hiring managers and sell operation which you're doing right now?
so creating the table could be without credits, but if you want more details, then you will have to definitely consume some credits. So again, this one row is going to consume 3 credits for each line. Okay, so now this is finished. So you see here, this is response. So the person name is Haley Nizzle, and that's their LinkedIn. So if I want to uh, get their LinkedIn, I can just copy here, open LinkedIn, and then that is a person who used to work in Bridgepoint. So it seems like she's not working there anymore, and that could happen again. This tool may not have all the accuracy for everybody, but at least she is a good resource for you still. So if you connect with that lady, she may tell you exactly what is the process to work with Bridgepoint Consulting. you know, uh, and it's even easier since she's not working there. She might be open to share with you some information, again, non-confidential, of course, and support you with your journey. So let's go back here. So if I want to get, what's that here? That's uh, email address. If I want to get the email address, if I want to, I don't think that she has an email address because she's not working there. Okay, anymore. So this is the low probability as well. So if we want to increase the chances, we need to check, recommended outreach per year. So this is a low person. We should not maybe spend the effort um,
Yes, sir.
asking her. Is this clear for everybody? If I want to get someone else, let's say with their email, let's maybe do one more uh, company run this one and see what it will get. Um, any questions?
So
Have
this
anyone?
strategy is
Yeah,
for roles that are posted, right? Do you have a strategy for roles that are not posted? Because at a
actually,
senior
this is
level, some of them are not posted.
actually this is not for roles that are posted. This is mostly for roles that are not posted. and it has signals. So it's running on signals. So this is a good question, Nabil. So let's see here. Now share the prompt for play to get roles that are not posted and has a great chance of hiring, and find the hiring managers for those roles. And maybe I'll change this to you, Nabil, just to make it easy. And now change the role to PMO director for oil and gas. Have you worked in oil and gas before, Nabil?
Yes. Yes, I've
Okay.
worked at Baker Houston. G.
In Houston or remote US. Share prompt. Okay, so now I'll make a new search just to make this for Nabil exactly. So I'll copy the prompt. Let's finish first. I'll copy this here. This time I'll ask for people. Okay, I'm not gonna ask for companies. I'm going to ask for people directly. Okay, and I'll paste.
Can you show the prompt again?
Yes, sure. So the prompt again, I just asked ChatGPT to write the prompt for me. So ChatGPT will write the prompt. Just tell ChatGPT to write it for clay, and you just copy it as is. Okay. Then I'll copy this one too. Actually, I'll maybe copy the whole thing. Okay. So I'll just. Okay. And then I'll press go. And then we'll give it a few seconds to work. It's working here. So now, Nabil, if you don't mind, just give me yes or no if we need to keep all those things or remove some of those.
They're fine. Yeah.
Okay, they're fine. Description keywords include midstream, downstream, LNG, chemical. All good here? Any other keywords?
See, my PMO is more of an IT program management office, which focuses on governance, maybe IT governance.
So okay, so one thing that you guys can do it easier is paste your resume in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to give you a specific clay prompt for your resume. This will be much easier, much faster,
Yes, yes.
and much more accurate.
Okay.
So should I remove midstream, downstream, LNG?
Yeah, because this is going to be too technical on the business side.
Okay.
PMO governance, it could be
Risk.
program management,
So if I have
product
your
management.
resume, it would be faster and easier. Okay, again, just for the sake of exercise, I'll leave it there for now.
Okay.
And job title is similar to Director PMO,
Yes.
Portfolio Director, Head of PMO, VP PMO. All this is
Yes.
good.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay, your location, United States. And then Houston, Texas.
Remote option is there as well?
Okay. And then I'll press continue. Save to a new workbook. And then I'll just say create table. Don't press on anything here because again it will eat credits. Okay.
Okay.
I'll just say create table. and then immediately I'll stop the auto run.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's see where we are. So company name. Okay, let's choose one company, Nabil, to check, the LinkedIn profile for that hiring manager.
ConocoPhillips was at the top, I think second one, fifth.
Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check that Rosie. Okay, the page is not there. Okay, let's see the name, Rosie Murphy. Murphy. Let's see. What was the company name?
ConocoPhillips.
ConocoPhillips.
CONOCO.
Sorry?
CONOCO. It's Conoco.
I think you missed after the N.
I'm
There's an
writing it
O.
wrongly.
Yeah, CONO.
CONOCO.
Conoco. Okay, Conoco. Yes.
Yeah, this one.
Yep.
Okay, here she is. So maybe she just changed the profile. So she is one of your hiring managers. Okay. So
Mhm.
if you were able to, find a way to connect with her and speak with her, introduce yourself, tell um, tell her about you and what you can do, then eventually she might consider hiring you. So that's exactly how this app, helps
Mhm.
you improve your chances of landing a job with very few steps. Are you all with me here?
Yes.
Make sense? Yeah. Okay, I'll stop sharing and now I want to see if you guys have questions. Okay, Hatem, HS, Islam, Monica, Nabil, sorry, Nil, Salah, Mujib, Said. Any questions? Any comments? Any follow-ups?
Till here, I am good, Jay.
Say that again.
Till now, I am good. As of now, I don't have questions.
Sounds good. Monica, I see you have your hand raised. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Well, when I have tried reaching out to companies that I'm interested in or hiring at, I have not always had good luck just reaching out cold. I've had better luck if I had somebody do a warm introduction or let's say I went to the same university as that person. I've had luck saying, hey, I went to American University or I went to Western Washington University, which is much more rare because there's less of them out here. I've applied for this job and I'd like to talk to you about culture fit. But outside of those two, where I've had a warm introduction or an alumni, I really haven't had luck. I mean, people
Okay.
ignore you.
Let me help you here, Monica. I think I know where you're going. Okay. So your question is, now I know the people. How can I connect with them if I don't know them? Right? This is the main, problem of the hour for everybody. I don't know them and I don't have any warm connections. What should I do? Okay. So what I'll share here, again, I'll go back to ChatGPT, from that list, tell me what are the best ways to connect with those hiring managers if I'm cold and not connected to them before, and what would be the messaging that I can use to connect with them Share Clay prompt. Okay, so let's see what will happen here. So best call approach again, before contacting them, identify acquisition, digital transformation, SAP program, AI initiative, capital project, new plant. Those could be topics that you could, get to speak with them about, and this could be your way of outreach. And then engage before connecting. So before you connect with those people, like 2, 3 of their LinkedIn posts. One thoughtful comment on there. So let's say here, Rosie, I'll like her posts, and then maybe I'll comment on one of her posts. Oh, this looks nice, or something like that. Camp for all. I'll have to definitely read and maybe just comment. Oh, thank you for sharing, or this is useful, or whatever. Okay, so connection request. Never ask for a job. Use curiosity. Hi, John. I notice your team is leading several transformation initiatives at Company X. I have spent XYZ years, and I enjoy learning how different organizations approach governance. So this could be helping you with the message either on LinkedIn or by email. So you can always use those tools to help you draft your message. So what I'll do here, I'll just copy this Clay prompt here. So I'll just even copy it all, and then I'll go to Clay, and then go to the end side here, add column, use AI, and again I'll paste this prompt, and then I'll say generate. Okay, let it run. Yeah. So this will be 3 tokens per row. Okay, so I'll press save and don't run. Save and don't run. Always do that. Save and don't run. Right? And then I'll maybe choose one row to try this. So I'll just, let's say here, help me here, Nabil. Which one would you feel would be good for you here?
So now we're trying to, what are we looking for now? Okay.
Now we're trying to message people that you don't know and tell them exactly something about you and about them that would make them click with you. So choose someone to practice this on them.
We can use maybe Refined Technologies. Justin wants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Refined Technologies. So we'll go here. Which one is that? 7. Okay, 7. And then I'll press play here.
Okay.
Okay, and you can also again get their email. If LinkedIn they are not really visible on LinkedIn, they are not speaking regularly on LinkedIn or active on LinkedIn, you can get their email and send them an email. Neil, I see your hand raised. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Monica, you made a kind of a fundamental mistake, a bit of a fundamental mistake, not a huge one or anything. It's okay to contact people you know in the company or organization, say that you applied for a job, and go, look, can I talk to you about this job? Specifically, they don't have anything to do with the hiring process itself. The university angle is a great angle too. If it works, great. But calling on a manager and telling them you've applied almost every time, they're highly unlikely they're going to want to talk to you. They'll want you to go through the process. So it's you're coming from the I want a job perspective to I need to discover this is a great place to work, and is this a place where I will be able to add value, where I will say help solve problems, et cetera, et cetera. And so I always harp on the fact that you're now salespeople. You're selling yourself. You're the product or service, consultant service you're trying to sell. So that's a taking stock, and I've noticed a number of the things that it's recommending in this tool are exactly the right things. You got to take stock of the value. You got to take stock of understanding if you're a good fit for an organization. Just this is why I hate the spray and pray method of applying for jobs, because it's like people unfortunately fall into this. I'm so desperate for a job, I'll take anything. Well, that doesn't necessarily work out too well. So in sales, there's a process called the discovery process, and you can look it up and see, well, how do I apply the discovery process to looking for a job? And it's the way salespeople that are very successful go in, not with their bag of tools that they want to hawk and say, hey, do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? The best reps I've ever worked with, and what I've been trained a lot on over the years, has been going in and understanding the business of the organization. What are they struggling with? They'll often tell you what the symptoms are, but not the actual problem. And then looking for the opportunities in which you can show, okay, I've worked with this time. Like, well, no, it's interesting you're talking about this. I've done similar things before, and this and this and this, where you're relating it. You're not really asking for a job because you're trying to, it's a confidence thing. You're trying to show that you're just trying to work with them to say, okay, I'm not sure. It's a sorry, I'm not explaining it very well, but it's a two-way street. You're trying to make it so that this is the right organization for you to work in. Are you going to add value, or are you going to be wasting your time? Is it the culture you want? That's a huge one. For me, a lot of it was culture. The money's always going to be there, by the way. The culture is probably the most important. And are you going to be successful? And then asking questions around that. What makes people successful in your organization? What do you believe the culture is for your organization? And things like that. It almost puts them a bit on their back foot, because they're really not used to job seekers asking questions like this. They're usually used to them begging for jobs, firing in resumes. I applied for a job. I want to know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. What jobs do you have? What jobs? They get that a million times. What they don't get is when a job seeker behaves like a good sales rep, and is really trying to understand their business, trying to understand their perspective, because sales is about what the business needs to be successful and what that person who's buying it is going to need to be successful. So there's a lot of stuff out there that can help you kind of formulate that talk track. And then what Ahmed's showing you here, and how to actually access people on LinkedIn and asking them for those kinds of conversations, will help you enormously and it can help circumvent a lot of the job process too. I mean, that's how I did it, getting into tech with not a lot of background, but I mean, I had other strategies I dealt with as well, by the way. Oh, the one strategy I always tell people as well is, yes, have a job you want in mind, but be open to roles that will help you get there eventually within an organization. Okay.
Yeah, maybe you misunderstood me. I'm not reaching out to the hiring manager. What you're talking about is, a lot of people say that, and so that when you're applying for jobs, that you need to check out the culture, and so you do virtual coffee, you seek virtual coffees or connections with people within the organization to assess culture. And sometimes, my experience is, I don't like their culture. I certainly need a job, but if they've treated me poorly, I don't want to work there. But 100%. Then there's an organization called Melwood in the DC area, where the recruiter and their employees have been amazing to me. They don't have a job. The job that I applied for got put on hold. But, I would definitely work for Melwood, which is, the handicapped people are not my top audience, but, they have treated me so well. And high, like I said, I'm not Jewish. They have a job there, but, their employees actually have been very kind to me. And so, I don't know if they're open to hiring a director of employee engagement and communications who is not Jewish, but and if they are, I would be open to it. But yeah, no, I mean, how people treat you when you reach out to them, I think,
sorry, Monica,
I had somebody from Wounded Warrior reach out to me, and so, Yeah, I'm not going to go into the
It's okay.
specifics of that, but
Yeah,
I,
just one-
I found
one
that
second.
very reassuring.
Monica, you're in a sort of a different position because you've got a very tighter number of organizations that are applicable, correct?
Right.
Like you
Yeah.
have
Well, I
one.
also
Yeah.
have I have the additional problem, and I don't want to be like a victim mentality, but let's say I'm over 50 and I'm having to switch sectors. Most of my career has been in international development. I've largely been a US Agency for International Development contractor. And so I have no choice but to look for a new career. And I wouldn't do it. The problem a lot of us are having is that, especially women, is we're coming across like widows on a blind date. I had this wonderful husband and he
So,
left
Monica,
me and I
if I
left
can,
him. And then
if I can help you.
people don't want that, don't want to be the second choice.
Yeah. So, Monica, if I can help you here, again, and this is normal. Like, everybody has their own, let's say constraints, if you will. Like, I don't want to say that this is um, a deficiency. It's just a constraint that we need to deal with. Like some people are too young, some people are not young. And some people are, very experienced. Some people are no experience. So some people are overqualified, some people are underqualified. Both sides will be difficult to be hired. But again, if you were able to solve the problem they need you to solve, and you position yourself to that problem, they will hire you regardless. Anything, any factor. Because again, at the end of the day, it's business. If you are able to solve the business problem they are looking to solve, they will hire you. So solving that business problem is all about communication. How to
I
position your stories, how to make yourself the right hire for them. So anyway, I want to just close on that topic for Clay first, and then I'll come back to you, Monica, if you don't mind. Okay, so Nabil, if you see here, this is the output of the clay. As you can see here, it gave you some messages that you can use to outreach to that person. Justice, congrats on RTI's 25th anniversary and the new leadership. So this is one message that you can use. Again, you're not asking for a job, you're asking for some sharing insights about PMO led. So this could be the first message. Then the second message could be the follow-up. Thanks for connecting, Justin. This is XYZ, with your focus. And so as you can see here, it's
So it
building
gives
some
you
kind of trust. It's not pitching, asking for jobs. It's not pitching, asking for jobs. It's warming up that lead. Again, as Neil mentioned, in sales, the discovery takes time, the trust takes time, and sometimes we rush into the ask. It's just again going to a date real quick and ask for something that should not be asked in the first date. So this way can help you, with your outreach and your sequence of emails or sequence of messages, and it can go further. Again, if you ask, Clay to help you further, because it's going to analyze their posts. Like you see, congrats on the RTI's 25th. Maybe we'll see this in one of his posts that he just mentioned 25th here or whatever with RTIs. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let's see here. Anyway, I think, yeah, you got the point. And if you read his profile, you'll find something about this mentioned somewhere. Okay, maybe it's just here. So it's present 8 months. Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, you got the point, right?
Yeah. So in LinkedIn, if you send a message and there's no response, is there any other way of contacting them, or
You check their
because
email. Check their email.
Okay.
Check their email. So I don't know why this used to work. Yeah, now it's working. You see, you can just press on the LinkedIn profile and you'll find the person here. So you can research those people
Mhm.
first and see if
Mhm.
those people are really in your arena. Then you can add more enrichment to this. Definitely, if you
Mhm.
feel Clay is helping you, you can maybe buy some tokens and give it a try.
Okay.
Any questions here?
And
This
if you have a resume and then you find a job posting, does Clay help you in aligning that as well, your
I,
resume to the job posting?
no, Clay doesn't do that.
Okay.
But again,
Okay.
you're smart enough to do this yourself, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I can use Claude and stuff, so it
100%.
works. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Okay, awesome. I see, Saeed, you have your hand raised. Is that from before or this is now?
Yeah, so I want to ask about the last prompt. Was it about the hiring manager? If I'm cool, I just lost there. And I
Yeah.
want to
So,
ask Neil about his approach. Like, I really like the way he's using sales discovery process and approach. I want to learn more about it. If you want to share about it,
sure. Okay,
it
I'll
was
give
really
that to
interesting.
Neil. So again, this process that I just shared was only about, how to warm that lead and try to find a way to speak with them. Most people are busy and they may not be open to speak with you, so I don't want you to feel discouraged if you send to 10 people and only one or two replied. That's normal. People are busy. People have so many other priorities, have kids, have family, have bills, have work, have personal life, so they are not available to respond to you immediately. So again, just give it a try. Keep trying it, and then see what the results. Neil, my friend, if you want to share a bit about your sales discovery.
Yeah, so it is a numbers game. Ahmed's right. I mean, not everybody's going to want to talk to you. In particular, if they think you're like, I get a lot of people that want to talk to me to get to Microsoft, and I'm extremely careful who I speak to because, and especially who it depends on completely on their approach, and I'm extremely careful who I pass on to people I know at Microsoft because they get inundated, and because these big companies are so busy, they're under so much pressure right now. Uh, I try to assess the candidates that I think are the most genuine and a lot less self-serving than others, and that's the biggest thing. You come across as self-serving, they're just not going to want to talk to you, and it's really your approach. Um, and in particular, if they're giving you advice and you keep ignoring it and you just disagree with them the whole time, they're never going to want to do anything for you. So one of the approaches is all you can try is you see somebody who's, let's say, a VP in project management, and you've noticed they've got a very interesting background. That could be the topic of conversation. You're saying, look, I'm starting out as project manager. I've done project management. I've noticed that you have a really interesting background and blah, blah, blah. And I'd really like to talk to you about how you got here, the interesting, difficult project you've worked on, or how you've navigated different different parts of the organization to make projects successful, et cetera. And then when you get in those discussions, that's when you can share experiences with that person, and then you become almost like a consultant. It's just a different way to do it. It's the same as if what Monica was talking about. If you got a company that's really nice to you and really excited about you, but they don't have any jobs, you don't stop communication. You look for different let's say information items, or think up different things that you can send to them that are helpful, that might help their day or help whatever project they're working on, almost like you're a free consultant for a bit there. And they get kind of used to you being part of their conversations. And then it becomes an easy transition for them to recommend you. It is difficult. It isn't, you're not going to have that relationship with 30, 40 people. You're going to develop, because then what you really want is to have some of them say, you say, look, by the way, I am looking to get a new role or something like that. Do you know who I could talk to or whatever? You got to build the trust. You build the trust with a few people, that will expand it out to greater and more people. Okay. By the way, this is never easy. Just to
So
let you
perfect.
know, none of this is simple. It's not easy. It's really hard to be able to make these calls, to be that salesman. No, most people, the reason why salespeople get paid a boatload of money is because they don't have a problem making these calls. Even they know how to do it. Most people, it's extremely difficult, and that's why they get paid money. If it was easy, they wouldn't get paid this much money. If they thought AI could do it, they wouldn't get paid the money they get paid. It is really difficult to navigate people.
Yeah, and I think again
Actually,
one of the
go ahead.
sorry, one of the most thing that I see with folks who worked in sales in their young teenage time, they knocked on doors, they started to speak to people. Those are very, very successful in their career, whatever their career is, because they managed to take multiple no's, multiple rejections, and they still continue to show up. That's a muscle. That's a courage. And again, I'm sure Neil did lots of those jobs in his early, teenage time. Just 2 years back maybe, and and that's why he's a great salesperson. Go ahead, Neil. I think you have a follow-up.
Yeah, I did sales first. That's how I got into the technical side. I figured without my technical background, I wouldn't nobody's going to hire me as a technical person. So I kept learning and learning and working my way as through an account exec. And while there's aspects of account exec that I don't really like, which is why I want to be the technical pre-sales, mostly that trust position, not having to worry about forecasts. But that was a way that I got into the position I wanted to get into. I got lucky, and luck is a big part of this, right? I got lucky when I was at Oracle. I got in as an education territory manager selling their training products, and they saw me present. The pre-sale people saw me present and recommended me to their manager because people skills and presentation skills were far more important than technical skills. And she said she could train me to be a technical person. That's really rare. Like, she was amazing. So there is going to be a lot of luck involved here. And what Ahmed talked about, the door-to-door stuff, my daughter's boyfriend, he started out in his summers selling door-to-door in northern Alberta. I don't remember what he was selling, living in Airbnbs. He got hired out of university as the youngest account manager for Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, which is a government crown corp doing mortgage insurance. Just because of that sales stuff he learned. Just what he told me was, the first few were really hard. Once you develop your pitch, start banging on the doors, set a schedule, get your customers lined up of who you want to talk to, and start banging on the doors of the pitch. It gets easier and easier and easier every time. Now he's got he says it's nothing for him to go talk to and he's like 27, and he goes in and talks to big banks and everything like that. He says it's nothing. You just got to get started. And he said, do it. You get better and better and better, and you get more and more confident as you go along. It's those first 5 that are the hardest.
100%. Okay, I didn't see that we're almost 12 minutes after the time, but let's take 2 more hand raises here and then leave it there. I wanted you to enjoy the Sunday, and continue with your day. So let's take, I think, Syed, you have your hand raised, and then Monica.
Oh, my bad. It was the previous hand raised. I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Okay. Monica, I see you have your hand raised. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm going to respond to something that was said maybe 5 minutes ago about AI not taking your job. In the kind of communications that I have expertise in related to USAID work is more bottom up and behavior and network focused. It's not top-down communications or branding and awareness raising that most people know. And so when you use AI, it will give you wrong information. And then if you say, well, no, that's not right, and it says, you're right, And so you have to know what you're talking about, because AI will give you wrong information or wrong context. And if you don't know the correct context for your situation, you'll be led down the garden path. It's just, it's funny almost, you'll
So
push
Monica,
back.
Yeah. So Monica, I think, one of the things that I would recommend you do, is see what other people really delivering this role is doing today. That could be something that, that you need to know. And validating your assumptions is something very important to everybody who's in the job search. Sometimes we think the job is XYZ, but in reality, the job is ABC. So again, validating the assumptions will not happen unless you speak with someone who's really doing the job today. They are really in and out of the job. So I highly recommend this not only to Monica, everyone else. And I want to again just be careful of the time. So Monica, I apologize. I'll go to Nabil and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes. So my question is, so if you want to transition your career, for example, I'm in PMO. Now I want to go into AI product management, which is sort of related.
Okay.
How do I build a portfolio and how do I transition and those type of things?
Okay. So first of all, why are you transitioning?
Because I think that's where most of the new jobs are. Because internally people
Okay.
are sort of they want to grow their own people for in these type of positions, but they
Okay.
need more experience for AI related professions.
So as you just mentioned, this is an assumption, right? This is your
Mhm.
assumption, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you're not sure. You need to validate that assumption
yeah,
before you go that route. Okay.
yeah.
So
Mhm,
before choosing to pivot to somewhere else,
mhm.
go and speak with people who are doing that role. Exactly what I just mentioned to Monica.
Okay.
Go speak to people who are doing that role today. Get
Mhm,
to see, is this role suitable for me? Am I
mhm,
am I going to be happy delivering that role in the
mhm,
future? And then eventually, if that's the case, how long would it take me to
mhm,
be an expert, or to be a professional, to be a
mhm,
consultant, to be a leader in that
mhm,
role? Again, depending
mhm,
on that level, because again, you're now
mhm,
an PMO director, would
mhm,
you be open to going back to the trenches and doing the
mhm,
work yourself? That's something
mhm,
else. Again,
mhm,
so you have to understand, you know the goal first. If this is suitable for me, is it aligned to my why? Am I
mhm,
needing more money? Am I needing more stability? Am I needing better evolution for the
mhm.
career? Why am I doing that? And then
Okay.
eventually I'll validate my assumptions through speaking to people who are delivering that role today. Then if I'm happy with what I'm hearing, if I'm happy
Mhm,
with the money, with I'm happy with the type of job, now what are my gaps? What am
okay.
I missing to be able to deliver that role? And those gaps, again, just to be clear with everybody here, is not going to happen by taking
Mhm,
a course or taking a certification.
mhm,
The gaps, companies will hire you only if you solve problems, only if you
mhm.
can do the job, right?
Yeah.
They will
Mhm,
not hire you because you may think that you can do the job. They will
mhm,
not do that. Put yourself in their shoe. They want to get someone who can eventually deliver the job. Did
mhm.
I help you here, Nabil?
Yes, yes. This is helpful.
Awesome, awesome,
Mhm.
awesome, cool. Okay, I wanna, leave it there. Neil, Asif, I see your hand raised. Any questions here?
Yeah, I just
Uh,
don't just whatever you do, don't just focus on AI product management people. It's product management is product management. Doesn't matter what the
Mhm,
product is underneath it. These
mhm,
guys are also there's a TLDR has a newsletter specifically for product managers. Talks a lot about things they do work with, et cetera, all the time.
mhm,
TLDR does a lot of stuff, including AI. Product managers are quite often very active on social media about the technology that they're responsible for. They're fairly technical people. They present a lot at conferences and things like that. But it's so I would suggest definitely talking to any product manager because even if it's not AI, they still are developing. Like this is the big illusion right now because of all the news is you think everything else is not being built. It's all being AI all the time. AI is being used to build other stuff.
mhm.
So you want to also talk to them about other product managers about, well, how is AI being used? Is it setting up your project schedules and your governance and things like that? A project
Okay.
manager, yeah, definitely reach out to any of them. They will all have a different perspective, but they'll all provide you with a ton of useful information.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Asif, final call for you, and then we'll wrap it up. Go ahead, Asif.
You're muted, Asif.
You're muted. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Ahmed, for giving me extra time. Um, actually, was a recent change happened that my company started to come. So I am changing from job to the company. So that's a good news. But I'm curious because when we were searching, one of the hiring person. He was multiple companies top CEO. He was going for MIT certification in Stanford, and I was skipping those. That hey, I know those things. This is nonsense topic they are teaching. I know already, but I saw that C-level value that this course is from MIT, even if it's one year old. So I know we were saying skip the certification. What is the point of view here of the branded certification?
Okay, so again, dealing with humans is the hardest thing in Earth, right? Humans are the most complex thing in Earth. There is no one size fits all. Even you will, if you go into the same situation twice, you might have different, reactions to the same situation, right? And that's human nature. Okay, so telling you, if they rejected you because they eventually told you that MIT course is important, this could be the hidden reason for something else, right? Not everybody's telling the truth, right? If I don't want to embarrass you, and tell you, okay, maybe I didn't like this or didn't like that, I'll tell you, okay, sorry, this company moved on with someone who's better. That's it. I'm not gonna.
So,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
so yeah, just my role there is more of an advisor to that CEO, and he was looking for people, and when the way he was looking at people,
Okay,
that's how
gotcha.
gave me the idea that hey, why he's preferring these courses? I just ignored them that I knew.
Yeah, again, this is how he was educated. This is how he was raised. He's an MIT professor, or he used to, work with academia most of the time. That's how he operates. That's how he think. So for you, if you want to be hired, you know, you need to come from that angle and make sure that, whatever your expertise is equivalent to the MIT course. That's how you can sell. So again, this is psychology. This is human communication. It's one of the hardest thing. I'm not telling you that you would lie. I don't want you to lie. I don't want anyone to lie, but I want you to understand communication. How you read the person in front of you, understand where they are coming from, and how would you react to that person. Make sense? Okay, awesome. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, everybody. Neil, thank you so much.
And
Lots of
you'll be
wisdom.
sharing the link, right? So for the recording, can you share the
For
link?
the recording, I'll upload it to YouTube, to my
Okay,
channel, Future Career.
okay,
I'll can paste the link here for you guys to, follow my channel, and then I'll upload it hopefully today. So this is the channel. I'll put it
And
in the
one
chat.
last thing, Ahmad, thank you
Yeah.
so much for doing this. I really can't
Oh,
thank you guys
thank you.
enough, man.
You're welcome.
Actually,
Yeah, I'm happy
bless
to
you.
help.
God bless you all, guys. I really
Jazakumullah.
appreciate you guys being in this hard times with us, man. So much
Yeah.
direction, Neil sir, Ahmad sir. I really appreciate your time and efforts.
Stay positive, stay proud, brother. Stay
thank you,
positive.
thank you,
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the
thanks,
day. Again, come
thank you.
back next Sunday, same time. Bring friends, bring family, bring, whoever you think would benefit from this call. And again, enjoy the rest of the week. Take care.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you,
Thanks,
thank you, bye.
everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.